Supporting truth is important because it preserves our dignity, humanity, and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Throughout history, it has often been easier, safer, and more beneficial in the short term to remain silent or to side with falsehood. Speaking out against injustice can come with a cost. It may cost us comfort, popularity, opportunities, or even our personal safety. However, when a person knowingly supports injustice or remains silent in the face of it despite recognizing the truth, they gradually lose part of their moral integrity. They may gain temporary comfort, but they lose something far more valuable: their sense of self, their consciousness, and their dignity before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one of the greatest lessons we learned from Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. The stand of Imam al-Hussein teaches us that success is not measured by numbers, power, wealth, or immediate outcomes. Rather, true success is measured by remaining faithful to truth and justice regardless of the outcomes and the consequences. In Shia Islam, supporting truth is closely connected to the concepts of wilaya and bara'a. Wilaya is not merely loving the righteous, it's aligning ourselves with their values, principles, and moral stance. Bara'a is not merely disliking oppression, it's openly disassociating ourselves from injustice and wrongdoing wherever it appears. When we condemn oppression and crimes from the beginning of history until today, we are bearing witness before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we do not accept these actions. We declare that our loyalty belongs to truth and justice, and not to oppression and falsehood. Through this, we fulfill our responsibility as believers and affirm where we stand. One of the lessons of Ashura is that neutrality is not always neutral. Many people throughout history did not directly commit oppression, yet they enabled it through silence, fear, or indifference. Supporting truth requires courage, even when our voice seems small and even when standing up appears difficult. Supporting truth during difficult times does not only preserve our dignity and humanity, it also grants us a profound sense of freedom. A person who abandons truth out of fear, personal interest, social pressure, or worldly gain may appear safe on the outside, but internally they become captive to those forces. They become controlled by fear, by the opinions of others, or by attachment to worldly benefits. They lose themselves. By contrast, a person who stands with truth, even when it's difficult, liberates themselves from the need for approval, from the fear of people, and from attachment to worldly gain. They become truly free and at peace. This is another powerful lesson from Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Although he faced immense hardship, he remained free because he refused to compromise his principles. True freedom is not the ability to do whatever one desires. True freedom is the ability to uphold what is right regardless of the consequences. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam embodied this freedom in its purest form. He was willing to sacrifice his life, his family, and everything he possessed rather than surrender his principles or give legitimacy to falsehood. In this sense, supporting truth is an act of spiritual liberation. It allows a person to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with a clear conscience, knowing that they did not sell their values for comfort, safety, status, or personal gain. As Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam famously said, "If you have no religion and do not fear the hereafter, then at least be free in your worldly life." A truly free human being is not simply someone who cannot be restrained by chains. A truly free human being is someone whose conscience cannot be bought, whose principles cannot be compromised, and whose loyalty to truth remains firm even in the most difficult of times.